Shemai GTA chums, this video is going to be all about planes and fighter aircraft at that. So I'm going to give you my top 5 of the best fighter aircraft, and it's mainly for the reasons of having fun shooting things, more than air-to-air combat, but that kind of does come into it. So starting in at number 5, as you can see, I have the Rogue. Which is a very nice plane. It's really cheap. I mean, it starts at like just over £1 million or something like that. And what it's got, primary weapon, you can upgrade it to explosive rounds. So this is just for a bit of a attack there. You could use these in air-to-air combat action. So if I was going to do some air-to-air combat, if you let the accelerator go and then rotate, it has a really tight, really weird tight turning arc. So it's got good kind of maneuverability for that reason at slow speeds, so you can get in on behind somebody. That's the idea. I'm not a very good air-to-air combat person, but it is excellent. We also have the missiles as well. So here's the missiles. You know how that goes. You know, homing. You can do it. Oh, look at the reload. Oh, that's sufferable, isn't it? That takes a long time, which is why it's at number 5, homing off. But you can also have the bombs. So open the bomb bay doors, and we can drop a few bombs on some plonkers. We can plonk some plebs, as they say. So there we go. You can do some bombing runs. Very good for that. Very good for bomber as a bomber. So I think it's a good cheap entry-level combat aircraft, basically. So yeah, I think you can do air-to-air combat with other pilots. It can take a bit more punishment than the likes of your laser and your Hydra, but they have a better explosive cannon. But they still have explosive cannon, and they are like paper thin. So you could blow up a laser or a Hydra if you get in on them. But I think it's an entry-level plane. That's what we're looking at. So onwards to the next one. Yes. Oh yeah, I also forgot to say it's two-seater. It's like a training plane. It's like a Tucano for fans of the training craft, the Tucano. Okay, next one then. Next. In at number 4 we have, of course, the laser. So you can get this for free over at Fort Sancudo there. And the main reason this is in this list, this is at number 4, is of course the best explosive cannon in the game. Look at that. Boom Shanker. You can blow anything up. It's excellent. Great maneuverability as well. And it's one of the best planes of the game. That's why it's on this list. I mean, it's for different reasons as well. So you can do dogfighting. People say it's a bit old for dogfighting. That there are better dogfights, and there are if you're good at dogfighting. But I think it's good for beginners. I mean, these first few planes are certainly good for beginners. So you can just crack on with this, have a great time. But it is paper thin with regards to the armament. What is it? It'll just take one. It'll take one hit and it'll be blown to smithereens. You also have the missiles on. You don't have any bombs on this. You don't have any countermeasures. So that's something to bear in mind. But basically, if someone tries to fire a missile at you, you end up turning in a circle in order to escape the missiles, and that's it. But everyone knows the laser. It's a very good plane. I mean, I'd probably get it for free rather than purchasing it to begin with until you know you really want it. Because all you get is the convenience and the ability to colour it up, do a paint job on it. So yeah, is it recommended to purchase it? Probably not. So onwards to the next plane. Thank you very much. This is the A-10 Warthog, or the B-11 Strike Force as it's called in GTA. Ground attack, it does do it, but it's not as good. It's a little bit nerfed compared to the real thing. It's not as good as the laser or the Hydra at ground attack, mainly because the fire rate is pretty poor, and yeah, it's not as explosive, so it'll take you longer to blow up armoured vehicles. It's not out of the question though. You also have, I mean, the thing is, the reason why you buy this for 3.8 million is the massive array of weapons it's got. I mean, you've got missiles. This is the barrage. Wait for it to fill up. And while we're waiting for it to fill up, let's put the homing missiles on. Just see what they do. Anybody want to lock onto some? There we go. So that's that. Missile barrage works a little bit like this. Very nice. The best thing about it as well is that it's very armored, the most armored plane in the game, so it can take a good few missiles before it's taken down. So it's very battle hardened. Also, it's pretty good maneuverability as well. I mean, I think it's probably better than the laser even, especially when you're above maze tower height, because altitude is where it really excels with the maneuverability. But the other thing it does really well is it goes at slow speed at these low levels anyway, so you can really easily attack targets. If you really fancy that kind of thing. I've not really used it as a dogfighter or had a lot of success with it as a dogfighter, to be quite honest. But people rate it very highly. And there's another plane that I've been using for the dog fighting, which is above this one, which is I mean, this is number 3, isn't it? So we're not far off now. Our, our top 2. What else can I say about this? It's very armoured, very easy to fly, but it's massive, so you can catch the wings on pylons and things when you're at low level. Just that one thing to bear in mind. But you should be able to land it quite easily because it's very nicely maneuverable and it's super armoured, so we shouldn't have any problems getting it into the hangar. We'll do that right now. Oh yeah, don't forget it's got bombs as well. See that? Yeah. All right. We see that. We see that. I'm not sure we're going to land this, but we did it. So we've got loads of bombs on board this vehicle, this plane as well. Very nice plane, well worth it for the fun. But is it the best, though? Is it the best? Well, we will find out what the best is. I mean, they're all going to be best for different reasons. So which will be number 2 then? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes, it's going to be the Hydra, which is on special offer this week. So what's the special discount then? Warstock cash and carry. It's still expensive. It's only 15% off, but it's down here somewhere. What the hell? Not the Tula. Where's it gone? There it is. 2.5 million rather than 3 million. I mean, it is good value. It's a good value. All you get is a respray as well. It's exactly like the laser. Come on, get out of there. Exit the hangar. It's exactly like the laser with regards to durability, as in it gets blown up really easy, but it does have VTOL. So you see that? Gear up. You've got the VTOL there. So if you press E, you lose your VTOL, and we're going in a straight line, hopefully. This is a pretty quick plane though, just like the laser, but it's also got exactly the same explosive cannon. I kind of prefer the laser to fly, to be quite honest, but they're both pretty similar in a dogfight. And the other thing is as well, if you're just randomly flying around and you're going around in a circle, in a dogfight you can kind of press your VTOL mode, which kind of gets you like this, so you can turn in on them. But if they're aware you're about to do it, they could switch to missiles and lock onto you really easy and blow you up that way. So yeah, it's swings and roundabouts with that maneuver, whether it actually works. It's obviously an excellent spawn killer. You get your what is it? Your day glow goggles on, your heat seeking goggles, so you can see people and spawn kill them if you're a complete boss steward. It's also got missiles, but you don't use them a lot because once you learn how to use the explosive cannon, you're not going to want to. So here's the explosive cannon, and there's a biker gang here. I'll just do them a bit of a flyby. Where are they? They're messing around down there somewhere. They're doing some kind of initiation ceremony. And these really eat up armoured vehicles as well. So any armoured vehicle in the game won't last very long against these explosive rounds. They are that freaking good. Yeah, which is really nice. Ooh. Yes, very nice. So yeah, it's one of my favourite planes. The other thing is as well about it, it's not just about the dogfights. Although, I mean, some people say it's a rubbish dogfighter, and the B11's better, but I'm not. I'm not really sure. I think it is. I think it's personally better than the B11 because the B11, the gun doesn't have the power or the rate compared to this. If you are pressing the trigger down, you're going to hit them as long as you obviously target them. But it's not true with the B11. So for that reason, it's a better plane. Also, you've got vertical takeoff VTOL, which means that you can use it in missions a lot easier. It's a lot more convenient. So let's do the VTOL and for the landing. You can land it like a normal plane as well, really easy. In many ways, I find it easier to land because, as you can tell with the VTOL here, it's all over the shop. It's not exactly like a helicopter, so the VTOL takes some getting used to. But nevertheless, this is one of my favourite planes, if not my favourite plane. Although the next plane is probably the favorite on this list, the best on this list, the best to everything. But I don't know. I don't know. It could be this one as well. It depends on what you really want in a plane. So, without further ado, let's go through to the final plane, number one. Number one is the LF-22 Starling, and this plane is not a proper plane. I mean, it is. It's a glider. It's a rocket glider. So if I press forward and then shift, left shift, and up, we can fly mighty fast to the moon, basically. It's one of the fastest planes in the game. I think it's the fastest. It's got to be. Look at that. It's amazing. Uh, that boost is just phenomenal. It's a real lifesaver. It gets you out of a pickle really quick, and it'll launch you quicker than no other. Look at that. We're even at Chiliad nearly. It flies across the map really quickly, but we don't want to go across the map. We want to go back to the city. What is this plane good at? It's good at dogfighting. Excellent at dogfighting. Some people say it's the best. Weapon-wise, you've got the machine gun, so it's got a high rate of fire, unlike the B-11. So you will get your shots on target, but the problem is it's not explosive, so it'll take you a while to take any plane down. So you're generally using a mix between that and the missiles. So the missiles mainly act to make people go in a circle when you lock onto them. So that's the reason why you're firing missiles at people, not necessarily to take them down. But they are there to take people down. The way I see this plane is more as I like it for ground attack, to be quite honest. Tattoo Woman needs to take a shower, well done. So ground attack, you can use your missiles, so homing off. You've got to be aware of what pylon it's on. So left pylon, right pylon will determine exactly where it lands. And the way you attack is up and down, so we'll find our target, bam, boom shanker like that. So that's one way of doing it. If I press E, that'll open the bomb bay doors, of course it will. It also gets you out of bother. If someone's trying to hit you with an explosive sniper, then it's a lot more difficult because it's a smaller target. Oh, what the freak? Have I just... Oh, there it is. I thought I'd run out of bombs. I thought, how can I run out of bombs? But the other thing it's got is flares or chaffs, whichever one you choose. So we'll go for that black car there. We're coming in the wrong direction, but we missed it. It was going the wrong way. Come on, let's get it up. Okay, let's get it up. That's what she said. Oh, what? Okay, there's a nice silver car. You see that coming to the junction? Come on. So you can use this as a ground attack vehicle. It is most excellent. It's phenomenal. It takes a while to get used to. That's the only problem, as well as the non-explosive cannon rounds. I mean, all the planes have weaknesses, but this is a lot more. It's got more shielding armor than the likes of the Starling and the Hydra. Starling, no, the Hydra and the laser, and it also has a better turning circle when it's at slow speed, not when I'm doing that. So for that reason, it's a better dogfighter, really, but only if you're used to using it, because you need to get lots of hits on them with the gun. So if you're facing an experienced pilot, then you might find that you will make the mistake in the end, and they will beat you. So for that reason, I think I'm better off in a laser personally, or a Hydra. So I'd use this more for ground attack. Pick on some plebs for ground attack, perhaps some NPCs, that kind of thing. And the other thing is as well, because it's difficult to learn how to fly, some people do not like flying it at all and hate it. So for that reason, I could recommend the laser ahead of this, and I probably would buy it in that order. If you're buying your first plane, get not the laser. Laser's 6 million. Get the Hydra, 3 million. Hydra's 3 million. This is 2.8 million. So you spend 6 million on both of them, and together you've got better options. Two excellent planes that do different things. They both do ground attack, but do it in a different way. So a lot of this is for the fun as well. Remember fun? So That is what it's about. And once you learn how to drop a bomb, it's so easy to bomb with this once you get used to it. It is brilliant. There's that truck there. Bye bye. So I'm not attacking people, but I am attacking ground targets. Okay, so yeah, I suppose I should probably show you the landing if that's possible. Drop a like and a subscribe if you found this useful. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget this is a small target. So, oh, but Jesus, this is a full bridge. I'm never going to land on here. Okay, let's take the power off and stall. So that's how you land it. You take the power off and stall, basically. It's not a proper landing, it's more like a crash than a landing. So there you have it. How good is that? Very nice, eh? Whoa, whoa, whoa. What am I doing? Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Have a great day.